always play ball, never AWOL. Oh, they mad now, cause they lost. That's on you, not on me. Lately my phone on D&D. I try to get to get some peace, that's all I need. I try to get to get some peace, that's all I need. My phone right back on D&D. It's like only rest if RIP. I got my wife, I got my kids. Probably got a few friends that I don't need. Not fake, never been fraud. Been great, still a little flawed. Always need.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
We're back.
Welcome back to Let's Talk.
Let's talk.
We are here one more time.
Let's talk.
We come your way. And we are excited on today. We got a lot. We had a topic on today.
This is the host, Cashma B. That's who that is. That's the host, Cashma B right there. Yeah, I'm the co-host.
A topic. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for following Let's Talk. We have a lot of information for you because there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in people's life, and people are turning every which way, looking for answers, seeking for answers that they can't find because there's so many things that is happening in the lives of human beings today. And as I told somebody the other day, I said a lot of things that going on today in the world is not a black and white problem. A lot of people want to blame it on the white man, the white woman. It's not a black and white problem we have today in the world. The problem we are having in the world today is a human being problem. And if we can get human beings to behave themselves, we can have a better world, a better society, a better community, and we can have a better lifestyle for everybody to live. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we come your way by social media and all major network. Let's talk. And our topic today, that is hot topic. And our topic is about abusing power. Abusing your power. And there's a question sign. Why? Why we abuse our power for the less fortunate people and take disadvantage of those that cannot defend themselves, those that are in position take advantage of the less and the weaker one, less fortunate people. So that's our hot topic today. It's hot, it's hot, man. Yeah, man.
Hot. It's fresh off the stove.
The oven, man, not the stove.
Oh, it's not the oven. It's the oven. Fresh out the oven. Fresh out the oven. It's fresh out the oven. I thought it was fresh off the stove. Fresh
out the oven, man. The whole coming out the oven hot.
Fresh out of the oven.
350 degree.
Let's talk. We want to talk. We want to talk.
It's our topic. So we thank you. We had a few people on the panel on today. We had Aisha, and we had
Lady B.
That's
her.
And we got, we want
Officer Baker.
We want to shout out. We want to give a shout out to
Sister B.
Our engineer crew.
They over there doing what
Ezra,
they do, engineering and crewing.
Genius and Deshaun. I want to give a shout out to them.
That boy a prodigy.
And
I don't know how you
Sister
did it.
Hale, I want to shout out to them. You guys doing a fantastic job.
Fantastico.
We couldn't do this show without you
all.
We couldn't do it. So we want you all to know, we got to give you a shout out so everybody know, what we're working with. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to go right into the hot topic, man.
Let's talk.
Let's talk. And we're going to ask some question. Why are you abusing your power?
Why is power abused? Why people abuse power?
Time out.
Peace. We'll be right back. The host, Cashma B. I'm your co-host, Andre Lancaster, and we're talking about abuse of power. Why? What happened?
What happened to the world? What's going on with the world? What is going on with the world?
I can tell you what happened. It's all this medication that they own, all these pills, all this no good reefer. Folks is drinking stuff that they ain't never drank before. And then people are so caught up on power. Power is a drug in itself. I remember having an experience myself. I used to work at Elias Brothers many, many, many years ago. And the guy that owned the place, it was an Italian fella. I thought he was a nice guy, but it was like every opportunity he got to talk down to somebody, he took advantage of it. Like it was a couple of guys that worked there that were not as quick-witted as some of us. And he would just take every opportunity to just, bash them and talk down and crack jokes and always make condescending remarks. And it never set well with me because my grandparents were those kind of people. I got stories on top of stories about abuse of power. My grandmama ran our household. My grandfather, he did not run our household. He was the man in the house. My grandmama wore the pants. And I mean, she abused her power. And her gift was intimidation and name calling. That's how she would manipulate and mismanage the household. I loved her unconditionally, but she had some practices in her means of management of the household that were extremely abusive. And it was times when I'd be thinking to myself, I wish my granddaddy would just get a roll of duct tape and just roll her all the way, just duct tape her mouth up. Because my grandmother, she could cuss so good it would rhyme, and she would make songs out of it. And she was a shepherd for the devil, Doc. She was a shepherd for the devil.
But let's get to the reality of abusing your power.
Yes, sir.
What is abusing your power? What is the real definition of one abusing their power? Because one have to know what to look for to know when someone abusing their power.
That's right.
It's not just to say you're abusing your power. Some folks don't like to be talked to. From the moment you start to correct somebody, and then they want to, and if you get stern with them about them not doing what they're supposed to, then they say you're abusing your power because the way you talk and all of that. And I don't think that's abusing it. It's a difference.
Some people have been so abused that correction feels like abuse. I've learned that over time. Some people have been so abused that to be corrected makes them feel as though they're being abused, when the reality is it's like medicine. It doesn't taste good when it goes in, but what it does for you in the end is a great benefit. Some people have been so abused, so sorely mishandled, that to be corrected feels as though they're being abused.
I was watching a program last night after I came back from the boat ride, and I couldn't go to sleep, so I sat and I was watching this program, and I saw where this cop were called to an home, and the lady fell asleep at the wheel in her driveway. And the cop came and they woke her up, and she got up, and before you know it, they started to interrogate her as to why you sleeping in your driveway, knocked out and around the wheel of the steering wheel. And she said there's a whole lot going on, and she tried to explain to the cop, right before my house, my son got killed, and it just doing so much to me. And before you know it, they had 2 minor minor in the house, all girls, like 3 girls, one 13, one 14, and a minor, little thing, 4-year-old, running around in the house naked, no diaper on and all that. Well, make a long story short, the cop demands the woman out a truck, put her on her porch, and he started to harass her. And she trying to explain to him everything was going on. To the place now, he detained her. And when he detained her, she like, I'm going through a lot, and whatever. And she asked him to let her go inside her house, she on her porch, to use the bathroom. She said, I need to go use the bathroom. And he refused her to go to the bathroom. She said, she got up and she said, well, I got to use the bathroom right there. He said, do what you got to do. The door is wide open. He said, you can't go into your house to use the bathroom. No, this woman didn't commit no murder, no crime, no nothing. And the woman had to ask the daughter on the inside of the house to bring her a towel. And she had to stand outside on her porch and have the girls hold the towel while she used the bathroom right there on her porch. While the cop is standing right there.
That's criminal. That's
And
not
I'm
just
like-
abuse. That's criminal.
And I'm like, now that is what you abusing your power because you're a cop. And I said, if that was me, I don't know how he was going to stop me from going into my house to use the bathroom because she said, am I under arrest? No, you're being detained. Because you're detained, you can't go inside the house. Detained for, she said, what am I detained for? What did I do?
I looked up the definition of abuse. The definition of abuse says to treat a person or an animal with cruelty, and they have that word underlined, or violence, especially regularly or repeatedly.
And that is cruel. That is what you would call cruel. The woman is in her house.
And the
sitting on her
regularly
porch.
and the repeatedly is what makes it abuse.
Yeah.
Because one time, it was an unfortunate situation. Somebody who does this, like an officer that doesn't understand what it means to have empathy or to recognize that, somebody dealing with something and, hey, this lady got kids. She want to use the restroom. I understand with all the danger that's going on. But to fail to recognize the need for a woman to go to the restroom and you're supposed to be here to protect and serve, that's truly abuse.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's not something that he just started doing. To be that cruel is something that you have to practice regularly.
I mean, how despicable that is.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have ran in the house and shut the door and made him get a search warrant to kick the door in because he had no reason to come in. He would have had no reason to come in the house. I would have ran in the house, shut the door, locked it, and then let him violate my rights even more by kicking my door in with me and my children there because there was nothing that she did that would have given him reason or right to have a search warrant to come back to her house like that. I would have let him go on his way.
And then when he finished, he finally decided to lock her up, put a cuff on her, and put her in the back of the squad car.
What was the grounds?
Because she neglecting the minor. And she was like, well.
Was she outside?
She was outside in her driveway.
I just passed out. I woke
She
back
said
up.
it was she neglecting the minor, 13 or 14-year-old and a 4-year-old, and put her in the squad car. So
But
take
you got
to
her on
jail.
the porch. The reason that she's not in the house. She's neglecting the children, but you're holding her, you're detaining her on the porch so that she can't be in the house to take care of the kids. It's almost like double jeopardy.
Not only that, when he put her into cuff, put her in the squad car, then, because the husband was inside the house, he was knocked out sleeping. So now they said he's under arrest because he neglected the child. He said, well, I was sleeping. My wife didn't let me know she went outside. I didn't know she went outside while I was
Threw her
sleeping.
right up under the bus. Threw her right up under the bus.
No, but I mean, he said I was sleeping, and I didn't know what was going on. He said, "Well, you neglect the children as well because
Not only is this officer abusive, but he's ignorant, and I mean ignorant in a way that means you don't know.
But look at the look at the part that didn't make no sense. Now they locked up the wife and the husband, put them in the car, take them to jail, and have a cop staying at the house telling the kids to call their grandmother to come over, to come. And how does that make sense?
It is a
You
very
take away both parents from the 3 girls and leave the girls with a police guy, a cop, not a female. How does that make sense?
That's abuse.
That is abusing the power.
That's cruelty.
Because now you took the wife, you took the son, you took the father, you took the mother, and then you leave a male cop there with a 13 and a 14-year-old girl and another 3-4-year-old girl, and him stand there keeping guard. Now, how in God heaven? So the system need to rewrite the law.
It needs some renovation.
Because that doesn't make no sense. So that's what we're talking about, abusing your power. If like I said, that is plain cruelty.
Now, see, I don't.
That is plain cruelty.
I don't believe what he was doing is law. So for them to rewrite the law would be, see, what he needs is he needs a training class to teach him what the law is. Because for him to detain her in that fashion and then use the word neglect when the father is in the house taking a nap, like grown people don't take naps just because they have kids, that is a man that is not very intelligent as it pertains to the laws that he is supposed to be upholding and protecting and serving people concerning. There's no law against taking a nap while you got kids. There's no law against sitting in your driveway in your own car taking a nap. There's no law against that. And there are often times when kids run around the house without clothes on because they got to take a bath before they go to bed. So this officer was unlearned and he was unsympathetic, nor did he have any clarity concerning what the law is.
And it was more than one officer. It was 4 of them.
Yeah, the whole crew.
That is power of abuse. Abusing your power. And the question is why?
Abuse.
Because you have the power. But see, listen now.
Yeah,
this is vital important
cruelty.
That you as an individual must know your legal, lawful rights. Because if this woman know her rights, she would have called for her attorney or called for somebody,
supervisor at the very
supervisor, somebody.
But now what you got to hope is that the cancer hasn't spread all the way to the supervisor, because if this officer was able to call another officer who was willing to uphold this decision that he made at this woman's house, that shows you that the lot of them are unlearned. The entire group is unlearned, and I leave that lack of learning on the leader who ain't doing no teaching. So if you call for a supervisor in that situation and then you get Billy Bob to show up, now you in trouble, because Billy Bob got stripes on his shoulder and he mad because he had to get up from his desk. He had just warmed up his honey bun. He had a fresh cup of coffee. He was ready to sit here and eat donuts and coffee, but now he got to get up and go out here and deal with this woman who fell asleep in her driveway, and now she's being detained by one of his unlearned officers, and he's not going to come out and go against him. He's not going to do that.
Now, like 1, 2, 3, giddy up. Heard you thought it was a drought, is you serious? Make one call, turn the city up. Cop a little attaboy for the pick me up. Standing on the green like Wimbledon. Match point set serve, going for the win. Try to stay humble, still going do it big. Don't assume I'm cocky, I'm confident. Earned every dollar for the time.